Dr. Ohm back again, wearing the same outfits. You know, it's not at the same time as the last video, I promise. Wink, wink. What I wanted to talk about in this video, though, was how do you start implementing the standing desk into your routine? When you go from sitting all day, which is not great for the low back, and you say, okay, you know, I did it. I got a standing desk. You know, how do I implement it? Everyone's going to have a different level of tolerance for how long they can actually stand before they start getting just sort of achy or fidgety or whatever. There's a couple things that I want to talk about. One is just how do you sort of work into that? What I do not advise is that you crank it up and you just leave it there full time. You want to kind of work into it. It's a lot like if you get orthotics, they don't just tell you just throw the orthotics in 100% of your day. They have you sort of work into these. So I tell people, you know, in the beginning, to kind of split the morning, split the afternoon. So you might come in and start standing, sit a little bit. You can do that for a while until you feel like, you know, when you're standing, it's pretty easy. And then after that, you're really just going to stay standing and sit as needed. So you might be able to stand for 2 or 3 hours and then you just sit down just for, you know, 20 or 30 minutes while you're checking some email or whatever. And as you keep doing that, your tolerance for standing will get better and better and better. And, you know, eventually, it doesn't matter how quickly, but eventually you'll get to the point where you don't really sit. So the desks here, because we've been doing this for a while, they don't go down. I mean, we can bring it down, but we don't ever really put them down because we've sort of worked through it and we have the tolerance for it. Another thing that I mentioned in previous videos, but having something, you know, for your foot to be on is a really powerful way to give you options for the low back. When you start doing standing desk stuff, some people will complain that their back gets tight. And if I were to just stand like this and work and not be able to fidget quite as much, that could, you know, make my back sort of tighten up. It's not serious back pain or anything like that, but it could be annoying. And all that you need is something to put your foot on. I suggest that you have something that's close to bringing your thigh to parallel so that it can significantly change the position of your pelvis. And then as you're working, you can have, you know, either foot up to give you some options there. So if you use that sort of guideline where you're just starting off with splitting the morning and then splitting the afternoon and then sitting as needed, and then you've got this as an option, working into the standing desk should be very, very easy. So hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us, comment below, and we'll be glad to help out.